everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Silhouette of Beauty. I hope you guys are doing amazing. We are going in with our academic series, all things academics, all things excellence. You already know the vibes on period. And as you can already tell from the title, today I'm going to be telling you about everything you need to know before you enter year 12 or even going into year 13, because this will help you, this will save you. I promise you. If I'm the type of person that I've always been the one to ask for advice and just gems and wisdom from people who have gone, through things before me and gone ahead of me. And I'm so grateful that I always have and had people that were, older than me that can share things that they've learned, so I don't make the same mistakes, or just so that, things are a little bit more smoother, do you know what I'm saying? And I'm here to be that big sister to you today. Call me your big sis, see me as your big sis. I'm just going to be telling you the things that you need to know that will really help you and really serve you at your time in sixth form. So number one, you have to do your notes as you go along the way, okay? You cannot afford to wait until you finished a topic to start doing your notes. The same lesson that you were taught a topic, a subtopic, whatever, write your notes on that topic. So if you're like me that likes to make mind maps, it's okay. Even if the topic, for example, let's say one lesson you just did AO1 and then the next lesson you're going to learn AO2, everything we did in class, I would write it down on my A3 sheet. So I do all the AO1 and then the next day I would complete the AO3. I wouldn't wait until the next day to learn AO3 to do all of it, because it's time consuming. It is a lot, and you have 3 subjects, you might even be studying 4, and you have to commit your time and your energy into all of them equally. And when you just let it pile up, especially with all of them, it can be very overwhelming mentally and emotionally. It can be draining and it can just be so much to do. So I would just really advise you to please, if there's even just one thing that you take from today, do your notes as you go along the way, and it will save you. I promise you. Don't wait until you listen. Do not wait until you have an exam, until you have a test, until you have, a mock, that you start doing your notes. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just do them as you go along the way. Do them with diligence, do them with excellence, because you're not going to redo your notes. You're not going to have time. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're in year 12, you are not going to have time in year 13 to redo your notes from year 12. So when you're doing your notes, do them with diligence, do them with excellence, do them to top standard, A star, A quality standard, period. Number 2, I would say, especially if you are aiming for the best grades possible, if you're looking to get an A star, if you're looking to get an A, you cannot rely on what you do in class only to be your revision, to be the work that you do. You have to do work outside of your subject. So just doing work in class, doing works during your study period, that is not enough time to be investing in your subjects. That's not enough time to be studying. You cannot just rely, I'm so sorry, you cannot just rely on what you do in class. This isn't GCSEs anymore, where you can afford a little bit. I don't even think you can afford to do this at GCSE, but where you can kind of relax with the time that you spend investing into your subject, and especially if you do essay based. Hear me well when I say this. If you study essay based subjects like psychology, like sociology, like English, listen, you cannot only rely on the notes, on the analysis, everything, the class discussions, everything. You cannot rely on what you do in class to put in your revision posters, to put in your revision mind maps, to put in your revision flashcards, however you revise in your notes. You have to research outside of class time, because one thing, examiners look for essays that stand out. Let me give you a tip, like an example. So for example, for sociology, when we were studying crime, I'm not going to just base my notes on what we did in class, or the book. Listen, that the textbook, I'm pretty sure if you only use the textbook, the highest you'll probably get is a B. You need to widen your research. You have to be doing your wider reading. You have to be studying outside of the textbook. Do not rely, especially in sociology, do not rely on that blue book or the red book for year 1, or some will say that it's orange. Do not. For example, like when I was studying crime in sociology, when we looked at the ethnicity aspect to it, I linked it to when they see us. Our textbook will not tell you that. Some teachers may not think of such a link, or of ways to analyze it and then incorporate it and link it back to the spec. But mate, the examiner loves it. As long as you are not going off topic and your analysis is on point and it links to the spec points and it links to the topic and, you know, the AO1 that is provided to you, you're good to go. And that's how you rank up. That's how you level up, getting them ticks, boy, getting them marks. Number 3, I would say that every single A-level student needs to know their revision technique for each individual subject, because the way that you may revise for one subject may not be the same that you revise for another. So know your study technique, know how you are best able to retrieve and encode and, you know, recall back information. So for one subject, you might find it really effective and useful to use mind maps, and in another you might prefer to just write notes, like bullet point your notes. But it's incredibly important to know your revision style, to know your revision technique, so that you do not come to exams and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to retrieve this, or I don't know how to learn this, I don't know how to revise this, because you should, like, from the beginning, just be identifying the ways that are effective and best for you to remember the information that you need to know. Because I'm not going to lie, with certain subjects, it's a memory game. Like for psychology, 100%, and sociology, it's a memory game. You need to be able to recall that information, but you also need to be able to understand it. One of my not mottos, but one thing that I strongly believe when it comes to A-levels, if you don't understand it, it's going to be very hard to remember it. So make sure that your revision technique allows you to understand the information, understand the key concepts, understand the key research studies, understand, you know, the AO1, the evaluation, all of that, so that it's easier to remember. So yeah, please know and identify your revision style for each individual subject that you study. And it will just help you so much to get the best grades possible, because you know how to effectively revise and understand information, recall information. When you're in your exam, you're just writing happily, just smiling like yeah, because you put in the work, you understand how you revise best for you, which is helping you to recall that information at the end of the day when you sit your exam. Number 4, you have to be organized, and I'm going to do a video, I'm going to film a video going into detail. Turn on the notification bell so you're alert and aware of when that video comes out. But you need to be organized because I had this friend, right, well, I'm still friends with her. She was losing her notes because she wasn't organized. Like, she simply was not organized. And you're asking me, can I see your notes? Baby girl, as my top says, baby girl, like, what are you doing? Like, as an A-level student, you need to be on job. You need to be organized, because you don't want exam season to come and you're trying to get your you know, your notes from, I don't know, what you studied at the beginning of the year, and you can't find it because you wasn't organized, and you have to do that all over again. You need to know where your stuff are. You need to, you know, have that on lock. You need to know when your exams are. Know when your exams are. You need to have a revision timetable. You need to know how much time you are revising your subjects outside of class time. You need to know how to divide your time to their subjects, because if you're strong in one subject and you're like failing in another subject, then, you know, you need to balance your time right between those. But I'm going to go into detail about how to do that. But you need to be organized. You have to be organized, because it will get overwhelming. It will get stressful when you can't find things, or you know, you don't know when things are and you're missing dates, and you just need to just be so aware of those things. And number 5, the last one, you need to know when to rest. So yes, the academic stuff are great, revising is great, putting in, you know, them hours, them shifts in the library, it's fantastic, and I'm not being sarcastic. However, you need to know when to rest. You need to make sure that you are incorporating some sort of rest. School and A-levels should not take over your life, because you will feel overwhelmed, you will burn out. Trust me, like, I've burnt out before, and it's not cute, it's not nice. Like, you need to have that balance. Make sure you're still doing the things that you love. One of my friends, like every single week, like she loves she loves having a bubble bath and doing her, she likes steaming her face, and she likes, you know, just doing all them like face masks and like pampering herself. And she made sure that every single week, or she tried to at least, incorporate that into her routine, incorporate that into her week, so that she's still doing the stuff that she loves. And I'm not gonna lie, I wish I did this a little bit more, but looking back, definitely I would say make sure you rest, because you will burn out. Make sure that school isn't taking over your life. Still make sure you're in contact with, you know, your family, your friends, and doing the things that you enjoy, because you will look back at the end of the 2 years, or 1 year and a bit, and you won't have any memories, or you won't feel like you've enjoyed yourself. And yes, it's about getting A stars, it's about getting the A's, it's about getting the best grade that you can get, getting your goals, achieving your goals, demonstrating academic excellence. Like, yes, it's all about that, but at the end of it all, you don't want to look back and like not have enjoyed yourself, or not have memories, or be burnt out, or know nothing about yourself, or just because everything was about school, everything was about, you know, academics. So I definitely say make sure, if you can, just try, and not even if you can, sorry, I'm telling you, incorporate rest, incorporate, you know, things that you like into your routine. Make sure you're doing things that you like, because you don't want to get that A star and lose yourself in the process. You don't want to be, you know, striving for excellence and, you know, really working hard and like doing all the academic stuff. Like, yeah, like it's lit, like A star, A, like everything's lit. Like, academically, yes, you're demonstrating excellence, but your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, you're not taking care of it, and you're just drained, you're exhausted, you're pushing people away, your family, your friends. You don't want that to be the case. So I think those are the 5 things that I would say that are very important that you know before entering sixth form, before entering year 13. Please incorporate all of what I've said to you, because like, sis, especially the last one, I wish I did that a little bit more, not gonna lie, but it is well, you know, it is well. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you like. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. I should have said that from the beginning. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.